Next video, we're just looking, staying in the back. We're going into the star. So the star is an opposite arm, opposite leg movement while we're in our prone position. So again, what we want to do is when we're in that prone position with the star is keeping the head nice and still, keeping the neck, head and chest and hip area on the ground, your powerhouse area here on the mat. As we lift the arm and leg up, we're just looking for the shoulder joint and the hip joint movement to lift. So when in the starting position, you want to have your feet hip apart so you have that gap between the legs and the arms or shoulders apart, so just opening them shoulder blades out. Again, you can still have a pillow here that you rest the forehead on if going too low is uncomfortable for the neck, so I can have something here just to stabilize the neck area. Nice deep breath in again, and as through the exhale, we're still trying to draw that belly button in towards the spine. And what we're looking to do then is try and lift that leg and arm off the ground. Now, as I lift my legs off the opposite leg off the ground, I gently push my hips, the front of the hips into the mat. This will help keep the hips nice and stable as I lift the leg. Sometimes if our hips are not firmly on the mat as we lift the leg, we'll lift the hip with it and we'll rotate to the side. So we're sort of lost our powerhouse. This is nice and secure. So if you keep the hips gently pressed into the mat as you lift the leg off the ground, you're going to isolate the back muscles and you're not using the entire body then to twist yourself to the side. So if you lift through the legs, keeping the hips gently on the mat, it's going to help isolate the back muscles, which we want to do in this movement. Similar to the arms, we want to keep that chest area nice and secure as we lift. If you feel, which can happen, lack of mobility, if you try and lift beyond your mobility, your chest is going to come up off the ground because your shoulder can't go any further. And that's okay. If your arm can only slightly go off here, and that's as far as your range of motion goes, that's okay. You're still working the back muscles as soon as you gently lift and engage the hand, arm off the ground. We just go as far as your mobility allows. So if I press my chest and hips on the ground, so I lift opposite arm, opposite leg. My powerhouse in the middle is still nice and secure. As I lift, I'm working my back muscles upper and lower, and I return. So again, I draw the belly button in as I lift, exhaling on the rise. Inhale, come back down, and then I switch over to that other side. Again, if that's too much, we just focus on one at a time. So I keep my chest firmly on the ground with my arm up. I'm working that upper back. Bring it back down, press the hips into the ground as I lift my leg up. Come back down to recover. If you have the strength, then you can go opposite arm, opposite leg. But the key thing here, we want to keep the powerhouse, or trunk of our body, on the ground. So we gently press the chest and the hips on the ground. We draw that belly button and we engage that core through that lift, through that exhale. We inhale, come back down to recover, and then we switch over to the other side. Again, a great exercise to target the upper and lower back, opposite arm, opposite leg movement. And we'll challenge the entire back muscles together, and again over time it helps strengthen that back